want to get the economy up and running have been saying things that contradict what some of the people who are health experts in the administration are saying. For instance, at the end of February, Dr. Nancy Messonnier, who apparently got in the doghouse for saying in a conference call, doghouse with President Trump, for saying in a conference call that it was not a matter of if, but when there would be a severe disruption to the American people and our way to live life. And that's the same day, as you know, that you said this. Let's roll that tape.
We have contained this, I won't say airtight, but pretty close to airtight. We've done a good job in the United States.
So I guess the question is there a disconnect between what people such as you who want things to be better than they are so as to help the economy are saying and what people in the health field are saying?
Well, look, Jake, for the umpteenth time, I will say my quote then was based on the actual facts, which at the time there were only 40 or 50 cases, and it was contained, particularly after President Trump boldly put up travel restrictions with China. That's what I didn't make a forecast so far, and that was just there was hardly any cases. Okay, now, yes, some doctors were more fearful. Other doctors had many different things to say. I don't want to get in and play this game, who said what and when. Political leaders, one well-known political leader in the House went to Chinatown in San Francisco and said everything is okay. Okay, one important anchor on your network as late as mid-March said basically the COVID-19 virus was no worse than an ordinary flu year. I mean, there are people saying, my quote was at that time, there were very few cases. Then, as the virus spread exponentially in ways that virtually no one could have predicted, of course, we changed our mind. Going forward, the president and the vice president have taken strong measures, step by step by step, okay? Strong measures to deal with this unexpected outbreak. And I think, you know, the sort of ankle biting that's going on in Washington is just incorrect. You have to deal with the information at hand. When the information changes, you change. We changed our strategy. So did everybody else around the world change their strategy. So I'm just not going to accept that, Jake. I'm sorry to push back. You and I have known each other a while, but that's the fact. We did what we had to do as soon as the situation became much clearer. And right up to the recent times, all right, Dr. Fauci, Deborah, others, through the vice president's task force and ultimately the president's direction, we issued guidelines, best practices, testing, diagnostics. We produced the goods on the face masks, the ventilators, and other forms of equipment. We have unleashed a tsunami of help to the states, to the hospitals. We've worked well with the governors. I mean, this is very important because I think this line of reasoning that somehow the president was wrong or late or this or that, there were a lot of different voices, but his leadership has brought us to this point, Jake. Here's my bottom line. This point, we are entering a transitional period. The economy will be gradually reopened state by state based on our guidelines and what the governor's guidelines. And we've been meeting with the governors throughout this period. So I think we have done, things that happen once every 100 years, Jake, they're pretty hard to predict precisely at the moment. I think you'll concede that. But we are optimists now. We got to get through the next month or two. And we are optimists about an economy based on economic growth incentives and a rescue mission for the unemployment problem.
So I could respond with 15 minutes worth of stuff right there, but unfortunately, I don't have the time. We have 3 other interviews to get to. And no, it's fine. It's fine. You obviously felt passionate about that. I mean, I think that there are certainly issues people could raise, but I'm not going to bring them up right now because I don't have time to let you respond, which would be the fair thing to do. So let me just thank you, and I hope that the economy goes the way you want it to. Larry Kudlow, appreciate it. Coming up, protesters, some of them armed, demanding